अस्सलामुअलैकुम, मेरा नाम अब्दुल हादी और मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद कैंपस एपेड का स्टूडेंट हूँ। तो आज का मेरा टॉपिक है माया से बात करना। तो
Yeah.
hello Maya, my first question, what does sorry not sorry mean to you?
Oh, the classic sorry, not sorry. To me, it feels like a playful way of owning a choice, might be controversial, but you're just not actually feeling the regret. It's basically a polite way of saying, I know this might bother you, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Do you use it often?
Okay, my next question, when did you first hear this pressure?
Wait, your first hair? I'm not sure I follow. Could you tell me more about what you mean by that?
Okay, my third question, why do you think people use it?
I'm guessing you're talking about sorry, not sorry again. I think people use it when they want to be a little bit provocative without being totally mean. It's like a shield. You're acknowledging the the social rule that you should apologize, but you're also signaling that you're standing your ground on your decision. It's a bit of a power move, really.
Okay, my next question, is it a real apology?
Definitely not. It's more of a statement of confidence or stubbornness, depending on who you ask. A real apology requires actual regret. And the whole point of sorry, not sorry is that the regret is completely missing.
Okay, my next question, why does it sound but polite and rude?
Because it's a total contradiction. It's got the word sorry in it, which is the gold standard for politeness, but then it immediately flips the script. It's like giving someone a gift and then taking it back before they can even open it. I imagine that's where that confusing tension comes from.
My next question, what emotion does it express?
I'm a bit lost. Are we talking about the emotions behind sorry, not sorry, or did we switch to something else entirely with the special water?
Okay, my next question, uh, has social media made this pressure more popular?
Oh, absolutely. Social media is practically built for that kind of energy. It's the perfect place for a hot take or a cheeky caption where you can be a little bit bold and a bit bratty at the same time. It definitely gave that phrase a megaphone.
Okay, my next question, why do young people use it more often?
Yeah, I think it's because they're often in a phase of life where they're testing boundaries and figuring out who they are. There's a lot of pressure to be authentic and unapologetic about your identity or your taste. So a phrase like that fits right in. It feels more liberating than a traditional apology. Do you feel like it's more common among your friends?
Okay, my next question, do older
People use it
understand
too?
it differently?
I think they might. Older generations usually value the traditional form of an apology more, so they might see sorry, not sorry as just plain rude rather than a playful power move. Probably feels a bit more dismissive to them.
Okay, is it meant to be funny?
Usually, yeah. It's meant to be a wink and a nudge, a way to say, I know I'm being a bit much, but I'm owning it. Whether it actually lands as funny depends entirely on who you're talking to and the tone you use.
Okay, next question. Why do people hate honesty behind honeymoon?
You've definitely got me on my toes today. Um, I'm not quite sure what you mean by honesty. Behind Honeywood, is that a specific thing, or did we just take a wild turn?
Okay, next question. Does the pressure show confidence?
I'm sorry, I'm really struggling to follow you here. You keep mentioning pressure in a way that feels like it's missing some context. What exactly are you referring to when you say that?
Okay, can it hurt someone feeling?
I'm still a little lost on the AR part. But it sounds like you're talking about how this phrase affects the person on the receiving end. Are you asking if it makes them feel dismissed or maybe even a bit frustrated?
Okay, my next question, is it empowering?
In a way, yeah. For the person saying it, it feels like they're reclaiming their narrative and refusing to apologize for things that don't actually feel wrong to them. It's that feeling of, this is who I am, and I'm not going to shrink myself to make others comfortable. But it's a double-edged sword because while it's empowering for one person, it can feel pretty cold to the other.
Okay, my next question, does confidence sometime become disrespect?
Absolutely. There's a very thin line between being confident and being arrogant. Confidence is knowing you're capable, but disrespect happens when that confidence turns into a belief that other people's feelings or boundaries just don't matter as much as yours. It's when the I'm owning it energy stops being a playful quirk and starts being a way to steamroll over people.
My next question, how has internet culture changed language?
It's like a massive accelerator. Internet culture takes phrases and strips them down, turns them into memes, and spreads them globally in a matter of hours. It changes the way we communicate by prioritizing brevity and irony over a lot of the traditional nuances of language. It's basically a giant fast forward button for how we talk.
Okay, okay, next
Do
question.
you think we're
Okay,
losing
next
something in the
question,
process?
is the pressure more common in English spoken countries?
I'm assuming you're still talking about that. Sorry, not sorry energy. I think it is. English-speaking cultures, especially in places like the US or UK, have this specific brand of irony and sarcasm that makes phrases like that really thrive. It feels very aligned with a culture that prizes individualism and being unapologetic. I wonder if other languages even have a direct equivalent, or if the sentiment just gets lost in translation.
Okay, next question, do other languages have similar pressure?
That's a great question. I think they do, but it usually looks different. Many cultures have their own way of being cheeky or dismissive while still following social rules. In some languages, it might not be a like single catchphrase, but more about a specific tone of voice or a certain way of framing a sentence to show you're not actually sorry. It's more of a human thing than a language thing, really.
Okay, my next question, why would parents react?
Banners. Sorry, I'm completely lost again. Are you asking about advertising banners, or is this another one of those wild turns we're taking today?
Okay, my next question,
I'm still here. You've got quite I'm ready whenever you are. Just let me know when you've got the next one.
Okay, my next question. Uh,
I'm locked in.
would it be accepted in school?
Probably not. Schools are usually all about following rules and showing respect to teachers, so sorry, not sorry would likely be seen as a challenge to authority rather than a joke. It'd probably land you in detention pretty quickly.
Should professional avoid using it?
Oh, for sure. Using that in a professional setting would be a huge risk. It comes across as dismissive and arrogant, which is the opposite of the collaborative, respectful vibe you want at work. You'd basically be telling your boss or your clients, I know I messed up, but I don't actually care. And that's a quick way to ruin your professional reputation.
Okay, my next question. Can it damage someone's image?
Absolutely. It can make a person seem cold or out of touch with other people's feelings. If someone uses it too much, they stop being the confident person and start being the person nobody wants to work with because they seem like they're incapable of genuine empathy.
Okay, my next question. Is there a time and space, place for using it?
I think you're asking if there's a specific time or place where it's actually appropriate to use it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. It works best in low stakes situations with people who already get your humor. Like if you're admitting you ate the last slice of pizza or you're obsessed with a really cheesy pop song. It's a playful way to own your quirks. But the second the situation becomes serious or someone's actually hurt, it goes from being funny to just being mean.
Okay, my next question. What do you say it during an argument?
Oof, that's like throwing gasoline on a fire. Using it during an argument is basically a way of shutting the other person down. It tells them that their feelings aren't valid and that you have zero intention of compromising. It doesn't solve the problem. It just makes the other person feel invisible, which usually makes the argument way more intense. Do you think it's a move people use to avoid actually dealing with the conflict?
Okay, my next question. What you say it during a joke?
I'm guessing you mean why would someone say it at their job? Honestly, it would probably be a total lapse in judgment. Maybe they're feeling incredibly frustrated and just let it slip, or they've got a really unusual relationship with their boss where they think they can get away with it. Either way, it's a bold move that usually ends with a very uncomfortable meeting in HR.
Okay, my next question. Does contact change everything?
I'm assuming you mean the context of the situation? Absolutely. Context is everything here. Using it as a joke about your favorite weird snack is one thing, but using it after you've accidentally deleted a company spreadsheet is a completely different story. The meaning shifts from I'm quirky to I'm a nightmare to work with in a heartbeat.